So when I first started the carnivore diet, I was a university student and I really wanted to get on the carnivore diet to improve my health and to really start thriving. But I thought to myself that I'm already working a part-time job besides my studies. So how will I be able to eat only meat and, you know, have enough money to pay the rent? But after being on a carnivore diet for a few months, I actually did the calculations, and what I realized was that it was actually cheaper for me to be on a carnivore diet than what I was eating before. My name is Felix, and today I want to share with you the best tips on how you can do the carnivore diet on a budget. And today I will explain to you how the carnivore diet is probably cheaper than what you're doing right now. Okay, so starting out, you should be always looking for the sales. So look for the discounts in supermarkets, at butchers, because places like this will always put the meat for sale when it's getting old or if you buy in bulk. So what I definitely would recommend you to do is to, if you can and if you're able to, buy it in large quantities, because this way you can usually, at least from butcher places, get it at a pretty good discount. Then you can take home and freeze it and take it out from the freezer whenever you want to. So personally, I went to my local butcher and I told him, like first time, I told him, okay, so I'm a carnivore, I only eat meat. Is there any way possible that I could get a discount if I come here and I buy 10 to 15 kilograms of meat at a time, which is like 30 pounds? And the butcher said like, yeah, of course, like I will give you 50 cents per kilogram of meat that you buy, which is a pretty good deal. When you are doing carnivore on a budget, you should always opt for cheaper cuts. So don't shy away from cheaper cuts like ground beef. It's as nutrient dense and perfect for carnivore than any other cut. There's really nothing wrong with only eating ground beef if that is fine with you. And if you're on a budget, that is perfectly fine. You know, quality matters of course, but eating the meat, even if it's not the best possible quality, is still way better than eating any other type of food. It's better to get, you know, bacon and the worst meat possible than eating vegetables, grains, whatever you can. So it's really not a problem. If you want to do carnivore on a budget, don't think that you need to get grass-fed, grass-finished. The difference between the highest quality meat and what you can afford is really not that big. So don't really worry about this. I personally, for myself, I'm not in a situation where I can just eat ribeye steak every day. Of course, I want to get there someday. For me, I eat a lot of ground beef, a lot of cheaper cuts, and that is perfectly fine. You will definitely thrive on just eating cheaper cuts of meat. So then we also come back to buying in bulk. You should really consider buying larger quantities of meat at one go, and you can see if there are any local farms or any websites that offer this kind of service. Personally, I know a website where you can get, if you buy a certain amount, you will get free shipping to your home and you will get like 15% off your first time order. So really what I did, I ordered like 25 kilograms, which is like 50 pounds of meat. The first time I got 15% off, free delivery to my home. So I saved quite a lot of times, because just imagine carrying all of that meat to your home, you know, that takes a while. So you'll of course save time, which is money in this case as well. And a good tip for you is really, if you're starting on the carnivore diet, you know, buying a bigger freezer, that's one of the best investments you can do, because that will allow you to buy in larger quantities. And if there is a discount on meat, for example 30% off, 50% off, you can just buy out the whole stock and then just freeze it, and that will be perfectly fine. Alright, so then we get into the financial benefits of the carnivore diet, and this is usually a part that most people overlook. Most people just look at the price, and this was me as well in the beginning. Most people just look at the price of meat and think to themselves, oh, that's gonna be very expensive, but they usually don't think about this part. First of all, when you start the carnivore diet, you know, by preparing your meals at home with meat-based ingredients, you'll naturally avoid dining out, you know, going to restaurants and eating out, because usually you can't trust that. That is really not carnivore most of the cases. And another thing is that when you start the carnivore diet and you cut out everything, you will have no extra snacks, processed foods, you know, that really adds up in the costs. And on carnivore diet, you really, when you focus on nutrient dense meals that keep you satisfied for longer, you will not even crave snacks over time. And just think of all the drinks with artificial sweeteners like Coke, Pepsi, energy drinks that you're drinking right now. You don't need to buy any of that kind of stuff. And another thing for me was also chewing gum, because I used to chew a lot of gum back in the days. But when you're on a carnivore diet, you don't eat any sugar. Like, there's legit zero sugar. So your teeth will first of all get better. You really don't need any chewing gum or that kind of dental product. And the next point is saving time. And for me at least, this is one of the biggest benefits when you're on a carnivore diet. Because meal planning becomes so simple when you eat this kind of way. When you eat very animal based, you don't need to think about what to eat next. So you will save mental energy, and you will not, do any impulse food purchases, and it's very easy to meal prep. Usually you don't need to eat that many times a day, so you can skip breakfast. You might be able to skip lunch, eat one time a day. So you will probably save a couple of hours a day, not, thinking about food, not preparing food or cleaning after it. And you will notice, that you get more time back, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so then we come to supplements as well. And some of you might be spending quite a lot on different supplements and vitamins and stuff. Unlike other diets, on a carnivore diet, you don't require any supplements because you will get everything through your natural food. Carnivore diet is the only diet where you actually don't need to supplement with anything. Just imagine being on a vegan diet, for example. You need to supplement with so many vitamins that you are not getting through your diet. For example, vitamin B12, you will not get nearly enough, or if any, from your vegan diet. And at least for me, I spent like 40-50 euros a month on supplements just because I tried to get away all my symptoms, which was related to the food I was eating back then. Now, I only eat meat. I add liver in every week, which is basically my supplement. That's my vitamin pill right now. And I feel greater than ever. I have stuff with every supplement. I only eat meat, and I have never felt better in my entire life. And also in the past, when I started training, I also wanted to consume more protein. So I had this protein powder, which I of course don't need anymore. I get more than enough protein from my diet. So there's really a lot of different supplements that you're probably taking right now that you don't need on a carnivore diet. Because truly, you get everything that you need from the carnivore diet, which feels amazing. And on this topic as well, when you improve your health through the carnivore diet, most people will save a big amount on healthcare costs. Because if you feel better and your health is doing better, you really don't need any medications. You also cut down on dental expenses because your oral health will be the best that it has ever been because you're not eating any sugar. And what I also like personally with the carnivore diet is that you will just get insane amounts of energy throughout the day. You will have this insane mental clarity. So in the long run, you will first of all be able to make more money because you have more energy. You want to do more stuff, but you will also make better decisions. So just think of all impulse purchases, all bad decisions that you do on a daily or weekly basis. They will be reduced by a lot because you're thinking clearer. You can make better decisions. So getting on a carnivore diet, you shouldn't see that as an expense. It's an easy investment in your health and in your life. And also, if you would like to go for the higher quality meats, you would pay more, and the carnivore diet would be more expensive for you, which I'm all for. If you can get higher quality meats, definitely go for that. Even if the carnivore diet would be more expensive for you, remember that you get one life. In this lifetime, you have one life, you have one body. So why not make most out of it? Why not take care of your body, actually feel good, feel healthy? If it's not worth investing in how you feel and in your own health, what is really then worth investing in? If not in your own health, what is really worth it? Is it even worth living if you can't feel good, if you can't have high energy, live pain-free? For me, I can't consider that reality. I want to feel good, I want to do good. So being on the carnivore diet, I don't even think about the cost of it because I will take that trade every single day. And you will notice this yourself when you get on the carnivore diet. So if you're curious about trying out the carnivore diet but you're on a budget, start by implementing these tips. I appreciate all the thumbs up on the video, and subscribe if you want to see more carnivore content like this. As always, eat meat, take care, and have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.